pain. I forgot to freaking start streaming. Okay. All right. Okay. We're back and we're improved. We're getting in the Twitch game. And we've got a lot to talk about today. So here we go. Um, we've got three stories for you guys today. One is about two prosecutors that have recently been fired over saying that there was a mob of rioters on January 6th. I guess that showed bias, even though they were rioting and they were a mob. But there's some more hidden details. Not everything is meets the eye there. We'll get into the details on that in a second, and how Trump's name has been redacted from every court session that they've had involving that, which is very suspect. And I've got some more information around that to share with you guys. Second story is about food stamps and Trump's golden toilet throne that he has in the White House now in the bathroom that he just remodeled, the Lincoln bathroom that he just remodeled during a food stamp crisis, which it's November 1st. Uh, Judge ruled that they have to release the um, what's it called? It's not discretionary. It's a constitutory funds. They have $5 million set aside for this exact situation. The judge ruled that they have to release it. So they're releasing it. There is no need to scare the American people like that and take the fact that they have to do that off of the USDA website. They've just removed that. I guess they wanted people to think that they were going to be screwed over, or they were gambling on just not actually giving the food, and they were gambling on the judge not ruling that they have to give it, in fact. Um, maybe they just thought that everybody would blame the Democrats. That seems to be the the primary function for this administration. And the final story is about one of my favorite journalists, who I don't know his last name, ironically, but he works at the Young Turks, an independent news media station. His name's Cenk. He was in a roundtable discussion with Stephen Miller's wife. Stephen Miller is on the Trump cabinet. I think he's the U.S. Treasury Secretary. I'm not sure which. Um, but his wife threatened to deport Cenk over a debate. Really, really juicy, gripping stuff there that I'd love to get into, but we're going to do that one last, so stick around. I've got clips for all this stuff, so here we go. Story number one. Oh yeah, I was going to do some theme music to start out. Coffee is my number one right now. Yep, I need energy, dude. I gotta stimulate this brain so I can fucking talk to you guys. All right, that's enough of rhythm. Where's my rhythm heads at? All right, here we go. Okay, story number one. Let me make sure I'm still streaming. Yes. Okay. Former President Donald Trump posted on a social media platform what he claimed was the home address of former President Barack Obama on the same day that a man with guns in his van was arrested near the property, federal prosecutors said in Wednesday in revealing new details about the case. This is a story. back from 2023. You won't find this story today because today the Department of Justice removes Trump references in January 6th defendant court document. Huh. Why it matters. The Justice Department's quiet removal of references to Donald Trump in the January 6th attack from a sentencing memo for a man convicted of threat and weapons charges has raised questions about how the department navigates politically sensitive cases. Hmm, I wonder why. Why is this politically sensitive? Oh, maybe it's because the former president told the American people during uh, a very volatile time. I mean, posting anybody's address. Doesn't matter if you're a politician or not. Posting anybody's address online should be a crime. Like you should actually not be able to dox somebody's home like that where their family is. That's just an obvious violation of privacy, respect, and safety. Um, so Trump's being protected there. And, I don't give a shit. I mean, I would prefer to see Trump go to jail, but what I'm more concerned about is showing you guys just exactly who this man is. This is a monster who is willing to agitate the American people in the hopes that we act out of anger, because what this administration is doing is extremely infuriating. And they have the lowest approval rating of any sitting president, of any sitting president. And honestly, I feel like they don't want a low approval rating, but at the same time, they do like making us mad in the hopes that we destroy some government property so that they can A, punish more American citizens, and B, call the left as extremists more and more because everybody who is of the right mind is not happy with what's going on. But if you speak about how you're unhappy with what's going on too loudly, you're going to be labeled an extremist or potentially incarcerated because that's how dictatorships work. That's how authoritarian regimes work. Is you jail your political adversaries and champion political pundits that are just vying for power. You know, it's all about getting the most power in the room and then protecting yourself, surrounding yourself with people that just want a piece of it. But ideologically, I don't think anybody within Trump's circle even believes the things that they purport, that they put out. I think that they just want to be a ruling class, and they say things intentionally antagonizing as a means of control, so that they could have an excuse and a supposed reason to roll out the military against these crazy rioters. I mean, Trump literally posted Obama's address during the January 6th riot. If that doesn't tell you something about his intentions as a politician, I'm honestly not sure what will. I'll use that statement lightly, but then again, I'm probably going to be using that statement all the time as I continue to do these podcasts because there's a lot of things that are so shocking that people don't wake up to. But then again, I can't be too mad at people because at the end of the day, you're not going to wake up if the information isn't given to you. So that's what I'm here for, is to share the truth factually. So here we go. Here's what else has been going on. Story number two. Trump posted on True Social about the bathroom makeover of the Lincoln bathroom. He posted 2 dozen photos, all marble and gold. And, you know, I don't care what rich people, I literally don't give a shit what your fucking toilet looks like as a rich person. But when you do that while 40 million Americans are potentially losing funding for food stamps, I mean, that's just another glaring red flag. This is just kind of a quick one. I just wanted to point that out to you guys. I mean, and this goes back to the intentional, purposeful agitation of the left. I feel like all of this is orchestrated in order to, on one hand, out of one side of your mouth, and bolster your supporters through the illusion of success and the impression of greatness, which I don't know who falls for this. Like, I don't know who looks at this story and thinks, yes, bathroom in the White House being renovated while food stamps are going out. I'm very happy about this. I guess you could make some kind of weird allowance for that in your mind by saying that they're not uh, directly correlated, but I don't know, man. This is the money. All sure, yeah. It was all the money was all given by Google. This was all just given to us by the corporations. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Amazon, for the new White House bathroom. We appreciate you guys so much. Coffee. It's just disgusting. And this is all while Trump points the finger at Democrats for not signing the bill, even though the only reason why they're not signing the bill is because they don't want premiums for healthcare to go up for average Americans. The way that they are waging a war on your paycheck is insane. To think that he ran his whole campaign on being a populist, on lowering prices, and now they're literally doing the opposite. And yet we continue to have people try to argue in defense of him. I mean, it's just as I try to like make a case for it, I say it out loud, and I'm just like, dude, the brainwash is so real. If you don't see through this, I don't understand how you can even fathom that Trump is on your side. The big, beautiful bill as 10 million Americans lose health insurance and millions of other Americans have their premiums go up. I mean, I don't understand that. Hey, babe, I'm streaming right now. Um, we'll be right back, guys. Taking a 5 minute break. Just listen to this music. I had an intro. Yeah. No, rhythm. It's non-copyrighted. You got to play dubstep, or else I'm gonna get taken down by the media companies because they got AI listening to the songs. But dubstep slips through the cracks, so you can play that shit loudly. Except for like Subtronics and Excision, that shit would probably get flagged. This is insane. I'm on story 2 of 3, so I'm almost done. I got all of this for $132. Really? Hella meat. How? Because I have that card that I use. Oh, that Dylan's card. Dude, we don't even need Costco. I know, right? But I do want to use Costco still for like snacks and you know what I'm saying? Like bulk. And then the trick to this is you have to go ouch. You have to go early in the morning with the markdowns. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, the house is dirty as hell. You got everything? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Almost done. You can join me. Join me for the last story. All right, we're back. Tierra played Shanghai Doom.
I didn't play that. Yeah, you played that.
Oh, well, it's my favorite artist, so. Shanghai Doom, February 3rd. Be there, be square, Record Bar in KC. Intimate venue. It's gonna be glorious. All right.
So what are you talking about?
Story three is, ooh, this is a juicy one. Only you're gonna have to wear a headphone. Here you
Oh,
go.
I'm just here to speculate.
No, you're gonna want to hear this. It's a really, I'm playing a clip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to like hop in if you don't want
Okay,
to.
I'll hear it a little bit, but then I have to go clean up the house and put the groceries up, okay?
Okay, so this is from one of my favorite journalists who's on the TYT news media station. It's like CNN, but it's independent. So it's TYT, they're called the Young Turks. And Cenk is this guy right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's really passionate, he's a really good speaker, and he's talking to Stephen Miller's wife, right? She's right here. She's Israeli. Obviously, there's going to be some problems there because nobody is anti-Semitic here. Like some Republicans are turning into anti-Semitics, which is concerning because it's never about hate for a religion. It's about calling out genocide from a government, which is a very big difference. You know, it's nothing against somebody's personal religion and their faith. It's about a government body using soldiers and guns and bombs to kill children and women and people in an impoverished country where they just deserve dignity and a working economy and a sense of normalness that they've never had because ever since World War II, they got pushed out of their homes. And Israel became a state that was like the buddy buddy to America because America came out with the spoils of World War II and we set up this country. Israel was created after World War II. It's a new one of the newest countries. I think it's the newest country. So they took land from the Palestinians and they've just wanted to have something ever since and not be live in squalor. And the most densely populated place on the planet, Gaza, 2 million 2 million people, about the size of Emporia. So just picture that. 25,000 people live here. That's so, and then 500,000 are in a state of stage five starvation, where 40,000 children are like dying. So anyway, Cenk is talking to Stephen Miller's wife, and this gets really good. So she threatens to deport him because that's what this administration does, is just threaten to use power for no good reason. This is an American citizen. And because she gets humiliated and it gets her butt hurt and her feelings intertwined, she literally threatens to deport him. And she works like in hand with Donald Trump. So that's pretty threatening and intimidating, but still falls flat because she looks dumb.
All right.
Check this out.
Hold on. So
You better
what
check your
happened in the
citizenship
Holocaust and all
application
the
and hope
pogroms
everything was legally and correct.
were
Because you'll be just
disgusting.
like Ilhan
That
Omar
doesn't
Khamenei.
mean that.
The real question here is, do the Millers have anything else in their toolbox other than threatening citizenship or revoking citizenship when their feelings are hurt? Because that was Katie Miller, Cenk, Stephen Miller's wife, threatening to revoke your citizenship because you were too critical of Israel?
And her. So you're going to see later that she
So
thinks
this
that
is
if
a
you
long
criticize
clip. You can
Israel,
go
you're
if you want. I'm
criticizing her
probably gonna
children.
watch the rest of this out.
And if you beat her in a debate, she's going to try to have her husband denaturalize and deport you. So what I want you to.
How about this? I would like to propose a challenge. The don't feed into the tropes challenge.
Yeah.
How does this not feed into tropes?
Yeah, so we don't control anything, but you criticize Israel, we're kicking you out of the country when we're taking away your citizenship. Look, first they started with people who had student visas. I'm an American citizen. Now they're on to citizens.
100%.
I understand. Yep. Get get to your duties. No, I'm just kidding. That's messed up. Well, I could use a sandwich. No, I'm just playing.
I'm dead.
Love you, babe. I'll be there in 20 minutes.
One option is Subway on Merchant Street in Emporia, less than.
Hold on.
No freedom of speech. If you dare criticize Israel, no First Amendment rights, no freedom of speech. No, this government is going to target you on behalf of the Israeli government. And you're going to see Katie Miller threatening it on air live. And then I'll respond today now that I heard her say, because when we were debating, I didn't hear her threaten my citizenship. I have a response.
Well, let me take you all for a ride. Okay, we're gonna set this up, kind of show how this was building up in the context of this Piers Morgan interview. So the conversation centered on the New York City mayoral race. And as you can imagine, since you have Zoran Mamdani, who is Muslim, involved and poised to win that race, it'll bring out the bigots like Katie Miller, who immediately attack, right? And talk about how he's gonna destroy everything. So as we all know, Zoran Mamdani has been smeared as some sort of jihadist and an anti-Semite because he won't declare fealty to Israel. But Miller had a different perspective. Let's take a look.
Why is it that every time someone wants to criticize Mamdani, it immediately comes back to the Jew?
And by the way, just to clarify her point, she is a bigot because the only actual thing that she has against Mamdani is that he's a Muslim, and that's going to bring a state of terror to New York. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. He literally ran the best campaign, he got the most support, and he's gonna win. So get over it. To say that he is a problem because he's Muslim, you're a bigot. You are a bigot.
Jews and the anti-Israel movement instead of actually
had a different perspective. Let's take a look.
Why is it that every time someone wants to criticize Mamdani, it immediately comes back to the Jews and the anti-Israel movement instead of actually talking about his viewpoints, which is that
nobody
he wants to
said
make
Jews. You just said it.
Nobody said
You
Jews.
always do that. We say Israel, you say Jews. We say Israel is a government. Please don't make it about Jewish Americans. And you come back.
It's never about your faith. It's not any. You see, I don't like how certain Republicans are becoming anti-Semitic. It was never about hating another's religion or their God. It's about hating the atrocities that they commit to people while they're on Earth. They are killing children. 500,000 people are in a state of starvation. 2 million people are in a densely populated place, the most densely populated on the face of the planet. 60,000 people have been killed. I don't remember how many children. 20,000? 20,000 children waking up to bombs being dropped on them, to waking up to their families and being murdered and they're the only living survivor, to their limbs being amputated, to them showing up at the hospital and then the hospital being bombed, and then the journalists being shot in the street because they're trying to gather evidence of what's actually happening. And then you got this bitch who wants to act like they're trying to make an insult to her faith. She'd probably call me an anti-Semite for calling her a fucking bitch. This probably isn't the direction that I should go with my Twitch stream, but I'm just keeping.
You have to make it about Jewish Americans. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Is Israel a Jewish state? Yes or no?
Yeah. First of all, okay, so Saudi Arabia is a Muslim state, and you can criticize it all day long, all day long. There's no special protection
because
for
what you're
Muslims,
doing is
Jews,
you're toting language
anyone that
to
calls
mock
themselves
American
a Jewish state or a
and to
Muslim
say that we
state.
should not be here and we should not be in existence, and that you would be happy for other people like Mamdani.
No, I want Israel to be safe.
Nothing of the sort.
Nonsense. You're
Who
totally
said that they
lying.
don't want? When did he say that he doesn't want Jews to be in existence? It's crazy how they are literally committing a genocide and then acting like they're the victim. It's crazy, and it's despicable, and it's appalling that of all people that would do this type of thing. I mean, they're not the only ones that have blood on their hands, but they're not devoid of it. And you would think that they would be a little bit more sensitive around that, considering the fact that they had the same thing done to them in World War II, but they're not.
Very normal for a Miller to be completely and utterly lying.
So I gotta say that this double standard actually is pretty hilarious because, okay.
One last thing, just so for the record, there are many, many Israeli citizens who are against what Israel is doing. And to speak against what Israel is doing and pretending that because they're a Jewish state that therefore makes you anti-Semitic, it's bullshit. It's just complete and utter bullshit. They've killed 60,000 people.
I'll give you another example. Our government,
In
whether we're
comparison to
talking
what?
about a Democratic-led government or Republican-led government, it doesn't
They're
matter.
lying.
There's been a lot of tough talk and a lot of criticism toward China. Oh, that's it. They hate the Chinese. They hate the Chinese people. No, you're being critical of a government. I might not agree with the criticism. That's where we can have dialogue and a debate. But when it comes to Israel, no criticism allowed. She got hurt real quick in this exchange, like right away.
Yeah, so she's not a very good debater.
No.
So she skipped to the anti-Semitic stuff when she's supposed to wait for you to trigger one of the million tropes that they've laid out there, like landmines, right? And once you step on a landmine by criticizing Israel in any way, shape, or form, that's when she's supposed to pretend to be aggrieved and be the victim, right? So for example, you'll say Israel killed 20,000 kids in Gaza. That is a fact, right? And they'll say, yeah, that they don't deny that it's a fact. They go blood libel. Wait, what are you talking about? No, like 200 years ago, people said that Jews killed kids, Christian kids, when they didn't and drank their blood. Good news, I didn't say any of that. I said Israel, not Jews, killed 20,000 kids today. So what are you going to blood libel for? Because everything is a trope planted around Israel to protect it. So Anna's right. If England does something terrible, or the UK, or
Which
Norway,
they have many times.
Yeah, Portugal, whatever. We're allowed to criticize any government. The Greeks, oh yeah, Turks, no problem. Everyone, but if you criticize Israel, trope, you're an anti-Semite. Why? Why do they want to call you an anti-Semite?
So you don't criticize Israel.
Right,
That's
but
it.
why? So, but like, yeah, okay, you get called a name, maybe you get past it. No, the second part of that is once you're called an anti-Semite, then everyone has to never hire you, never put you on air. It is the ultimate cancel culture weapon. It is the nuke of the cancel culture. Like if you're anti-Muslim, no problem, you'll get back on TV. It doesn't affect your career 1%, right? If you're anti-black, that's gonna affect your career a lot, right? But if you're considered anti-Semitic, your career in media and politics is done. So what she's saying is eliminate him. And in fact, later in the interview, she literally says, I shouldn't be allowed to talk, and that any criticism of Israel is a criticism of her kids.
So she spends much of the interview talking about how she's the victim. And I'm not even exaggerating. Think about this.
How she's the victim.
Just put it in context. This is Stephen Miller's wife. Stephen Miller, one of like the most openly hateful, bigoted guys on the planet. He doesn't hide it. And she's talking about how she and her family are victims because Cenk is being critical of Israel. I kid you not, take a look.
We want Israel to be a safe haven for Jews, 1967 borders, but you guys say no, more Palestinian land. Take Gaza, take the West Bank, take southern Lebanon. Your greed knows no bounds. And by the way, you and your husband are supposed to be working for America, not for Israel.
Hold that thought. Let me share this to Facebook real quick. What's a good tag for this? Trump name redacted court. Nah, that's not good. Trump posts Obama's address on Truth on Jan 6th. Guy shows up with guns. Trump name redacted court. Literally got the perfect amount of characters. I am so good. Okay. All right. And then share Facebook. Gotta do it just right. Boom.
Israel.
No, Pierce, quite frankly.
67 borders. We want Israel to be a safe haven for Jews, 1967 borders. But you guys say, no, more Palestinian land. Take Gaza, take the West Bank, take southern Lebanon. Your greed knows no bounds. And by the way, you and your husband are supposed to be working for America, not for Israel.
No, Pierce, quite frankly, I'm really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country.
Who brought your children into this?
He inserted a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language for therefore we are Jewish? Come on, Pierce, where are you?
What?
Where are you standing?
God, you're so
Casey,
pathetic.
if I can speak,
everything's your shield. He said, fire him, cancel him, America. Oh my God, Israel's feelings have been hurt. Why don't you work for this country?
Can we try and get
this country instead of Israel?
Can we try?
Do you agree when your guest says that the Millers always lie? Because that's what your guest.
You know, keep in mind, her husband does work for America, so it is kind of a violation of America's interests for her to even. I feel like Israel should not be allowed to like have a monopoly on marrying these different people that are slated to work in government. It's just weird how many different people in Washington right now have a wife that isn't Israeli. Like that's just weird to me. Seems like they're dipping their hands in two different.
On your show just said is that the Millers always lie.
Are you gonna be okay? Are you gonna be okay? I mean, can you handle it being in the media? It doesn't seem like she can. She's got a weak sauce, pathetic podcast. I tried listening to it because I have an open mind. I'll listen to anything. Super lame, doesn't know what she's doing. And then she agrees to go on Piers Morgan's show. Have you ever watched Piers Morgan's show? Did you think it was gonna just be like were you gonna have your head caressed? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
She said that the Millers lie. I'm raising Jewish children in America. Okay, it's coded language. Like, well, I mean, that was insane.
So there's so many things here. First, on the kids' part, she's like, I'm threatening to denaturalize and deport you. Well, that's gonna affect my kids a lot, right? So, but my kids are not a concern because you're not pro-Israel, so your kids are irrelevant. They're just Americans. They're very lower than us, okay? But I say her and her husband lie. She's like, it's coded language for anti-Semitism, so it's hurting my kids. Wait a minute, that's not even a trope. You forgot that one. Okay, there's like a million tropes, but that's not one of them. That all Jews lie. I've never even heard that. You just made that one up. And so wait. But think about it, guys. Think about how much this is identity politics and DEI in a sense.
Oh my, this is DEI on steroids. What are you talking about?
Because she's saying you cannot ever accuse anyone who happens to be Jewish of lying in any debate, even if they are lying, because it harms all Jewish people and their.
If you guys want to watch,
he is someone who's going to drive New York to the bottom. I'm excited for him to win.
It was amazing. Take a look.
Mamdani, just as you said here, is a socialist. He is someone who's going to drive New York to the bottom. I'm excited for him to win because he'll prove to every other single large city in our country that what you will see is failure, what you will see is high crime, what you will see is murders. For the reasons in which he is wrong and which he will drive New York into failure is again the same reason why people on your show, instead of arguing the merits, as you say, of his opinions, they're going to sit here and use attacks on my husband and myself instead of debating us on our values and our opinions. It is gross, it is racist, and it is bigoted. And I will not join your show again if you
Your
speak
values
to that.
suck. That's what I'm debating.
Yeah, you are a guest on my show, and I appreciate you coming on the show, and I like you coming on the show.
And I'm saying
But,
two other
I
guests
think
on
you're
your
able
show
to.
are welcome to participate in these anti-Semitic attacks that is so permeating on CNN and MSNBC.
This is so ridiculous. I'm sorry. I have to jump in here. Somebody criticizing you personally is not an anti-Semitic attack. If somebody says that you are lying, that is not an attack on Jews, that is an attack on you. And just stop hiding behind identity. This is all the snowflake behavior that the right is supposedly criticizing the left for.
Right.
That was Omar Bader at the end,
Right.
and he's amazing. And he totally hit the nail on the head, Cenk. I mean, this is the exact type of behavior the right has criticized the left for, in a lot of cases accurately, to be honest with you. Hiding behind identity in order to avoid any personal responsibility or accountability when you do something wrong. I find that pretty gross as well. Weaponizing identity to silence people, I find that gross. Now you literally have, this is the thing that blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's Stephen Miller's wife. Stephen Miller's wife saying all this.
You know, liberals have been guilty of that too, but that's exactly what she just did. She hid behind her identity and said that he was attacking her and that her feelings are hurt. But he never spoke against the Jews. He was just saying the actions of an Israeli government are false in the context of the values that they seem to purport, which is valuing lives. Like, they've killed so many people. They don't even have values. The whole idea that Israel is being attacked is ridiculous. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. You know, free Gaza. Oh, hey, what's up, Emily? Are you there? What the heck? Who's that? Antique? Okay, well, we got 2 viewers. What's up, Emily? There's somebody else in here with you. I don't know who they are. That's surprising. Or probably from my Facebook. If you're in here, say hello. I don't know who's with me, and I don't need to know because this is for the public. But if you do know me, say hi. And yeah, I'll call you. I'm actually about to end the stream right now, so see you later. Peace.